God's provision is so amazing. For 2 years, that's what got us through. While I was waiting for my disability case to be approved, we lived only on Helen's part-time income and God's provision. We had no idea how we would buy food, pay our bills, or pay our rent, but every time we needed to, God would come through. We would get a card in the mail with a money order in it, or Phil Taylor or a pastor would hand us an envelope with a check or a grocery store gift card and said, "Someone left this for you." Someone would leave an envelope on our car with money in it. And the few people that we do know of that helped us would give us a check once in a while. Most of the time it was anonymous. We had no idea who was helping us, except they were obeying God. We thank God for His provision and those that He used to provide for us. Psalms 132:15 says, "I will abundantly bless and provide. I will satisfy." He more than abundantly blessed. For 2 years, He provided a way for us to live. And we thank God for Him every day and for those who helped.
I was about 10 years old when I accepted Jesus into my heart. I have very fond memories of the early days of our family attending church together there under the ministry of Brother Harris. But unfortunately, a couple years later, our family fell back into some dysfunction. And so there was about 7 years that I had walked away from the Lord. And when I was 21 years old in 1983, I got clean and sober. And I told myself when I was introduced to Alcoholics Anonymous and reintroduced to God, my Savior, that I needed to get back into church. So in 1985, I started attending here at Clovis Free Will Baptist, and I've been here for about 30 years now, serving God and His church. I'm just really thankful for the outreach ministries that I was introduced to as a young girl, the bus ministry and the door knocking. They hold very special memories in my heart.
I have lost 2 children. My first one was in 1992, and she was 20 years old, and she was murdered. The second one was in 2010, and she was murdered. God has carried me through this through one word. He has taught me the word hope. The grief of losing a child stays with you forever in your life, but God can take you from that point of depression into a total point of living for Him and knowing exactly what life holds for you. You may have solutions to the problems, and you may never find a solution or an answer to the death of a child, but God has it all. Your children are with Him if they're saved, and your grief is lessened by the fact that someday you'll be there with them again. God is a merciful God, loving and warm, and that carries you through the death of your children.
Hello, Harmony. We love you and miss you.
We wanted to take a minute and share our testimony with you about God's provision in our lives. The first year that we were here in Florida, I struggled greatly with income. And even though I was blessed a couple of months ago with a job, it became very clear to Mike and I over the last number of months that with the cost of Mike's schooling and the cost of living here, that we were not going to be able to continue on our current path with my income alone. Really, through our eyes, seeing no way out of that, we cried out to the Lord and asked Him for a miracle. That very same week, a man at church came to us and told us that he has a house sitting vacant. His mother is in a nursing home here, and she was not going to be returning to the house. And so he offered it to us rent-free. We were overwhelmed. We asked the Lord for a miracle, and He provided one. And church, that's just one of the ways that the Lord has provided for us. We are so encouraged by that. We constantly are in awe of God's faithfulness. We hope that this is encouraging to you. We love you guys, and we are praying for you.